fam, what's up with the squad? It's your favorite auntie with Uncle Tendencies. Welcome back to Cess Talk Sports. Shout out to my loyal fam to keep pulling up. And if you're new around here, welcome to the fam. Don't forget to hit that subscribe button, ring that notification bell so you never miss a drop. And everybody, go ahead, like, comment, share, and hype this video so I know you pulled up. Now, let's go ahead and set the stage because the storm before the season. Let's talk about that. And this story doesn't begin on opening night. This story begins in the quiet, heavy, gut-punching moments of preseason when something shifted in this program that nobody saw coming, not even Coach Big Drip Dawn Staley. South Carolina entered the 25-26 season as the hunted, the feared, the respected runner-up with a chip so heavy on our shoulder it was practically dragging across the hardwood. A roster built with veteran muscle, Raven Johnson steering the ship, Tessa Johnson right beside her, and a reigning SEC Freshman of the Year, Joyce Edwards, looking like she was ready to step into superstardom. Add their rival tonight Latson, the previous season's national scoring leader, and Medina Agot, who led the SEC in field goal percentage at Mississippi State, and suddenly the Gamecocks got a starting five analysts is calling one of the best in the sport. This was not supposed to be a rebuilding season. This was supposed to be a coordination. But basketball don't care about coordinations. In the cold, unforgiving silence of preseason, the air shifted. 2 injuries, Chloe Kitts and Ashlyn Watkins, gone before the season even had a heartbeat. 2 veterans. 2 starters, 2 leaders, 2 years of experience, size, length, identity ripped out in a single swoop. Colonial Life Arena felt it, fan base felt it, staff felt it deep in their bones. And Dawn Staley didn't sugarcoat a thing. She didn't dance around it. She didn't hide behind coach speak. She said what needed to be said. We got to rely on young and unproven players, particularly freshmen. That wasn't a preference. That wasn't a luxury. That wasn't a slow groom them along plan. That was reality. South Carolina, we went from a stacked depth chart to a razor-thin 10-player rotation overnight. And that meant something simple and terrifying. The freshmen weren't the future anymore. The freshmen were the lifeline. 2 freshmen, 2 big guards, 2 players not even expected to carry this weight this early. Now, they had to plug holes in the sinking ship and keep a national title contender afloat. That's where the story truly begins. Now, let's talk about when these 2 freshmen arrived. They came with different scouting profiles, but the same expectation, development. But life stepped in like, nah, homie, you playing grown women basketball right now today. Agot Makeer, 6'1", Thunder Bay to Mount Verdi Academy pipeline, consensus top 5 recruit, ranked as high as number 4 in the entire class, McDonald's All-American. But built like a wing with the skills of a guard and the defensive presence of a disruptor who can guard 3, maybe 4 positions on the floor. She was built to be special. But she was not supposed to be needed this soon. Ayla McDowell, 6'1", 6'2", Cyprus, Texas powerhouse, top 20 recruit, McDonald's All-American, played international ball for Team Brazil, and walked away as a FIBA U18 America All-Star with 14.8 points and 7.7 boards a night. She was built to be steady. She was built to be smart. But she was not supposed to be essential on day one. Yet here we were. Essential became their identity, and suddenly 2 freshmen with wingspans, versatility, and IQ became South Carolina's only legitimate path to stability in a season that could have collapsed before it began. Picture opening night in Columbia, okay? Let's picture that. This is Agot Makeer, the roller coaster of potential, okay? Crowd buzzing, players warming up. This freshman from Thunder Bay stepping onto the floor with a kind of quiet fury only prodigies carry. Agot didn't tiptoe into her debut. She tore through it. 16 points, perfect from the free throw line, 5 steals, team high. Everywhere you look, she was there, swiping passes, jumping lanes, finishing through contact, covering ground like she was built with another gear. And Coach Staley saw everything. She said Agot was just scratching the surface. She said she kept her on the court longer on purpose, wanted to build her, wanted to harden her, wanted to accelerate her. This wasn't a freshman being eased in. This was a freshman being forged in real time. Agot's impact wasn't the 16 points. It was the message she sent. I belong. Now let's hit North Carolina. That was a reality check. 4 days later, film flip, y'all. Elite competition, ranked opponent, national stage. This wasn't Anderson. This was pressure, and pressure squeezed her. 4 points, 0 for 3 from deep, 0 for 4 from the line, 5 turnovers. This wasn't the Agot we saw 4 days ago. This was the freshman adjusting to the speed, the length, the physicality of grown women basketball. And you know what Coach Big Drip did? She didn't pull her. She didn't panic. She didn't baby her. She coached her. Careless with the ball, Staley said. Needs to get rid of it quicker, she added. Needs film, needs reps. But you know what she didn't say? She never said Agot wasn't ready. Because Staley sees potential as something you commit to, not something you bench. Now let's look at Grand Canyon. That's where the adjustment begins. The season opener hit. You know what I'm saying? The gym full, lights bright, stakes are real. Agot doesn't explode this time, she calms. 5 points, but 2 blocks. 2 blocks is the number that matters because a 6'1" guard blocking shots at the rim isn't normal. By the end of that one game, she ranked third in the entire SEC in blocks per game. That's not freshman behavior. That's unique, God-given defensive instinct. This is the part of her game that solves real problems created by the injuries to Kitts and Watkins. Now let's look at Bowling Green. That's the breakthrough and the scare, okay? In the Bowling Green game, Agot hit 12 points on 6 shots, hit a 3, grabbed boards, blocked, she stole. She only turned the ball over twice. This was the performance that finally looked like the player her ranking promised, and then everything stopped. Agot takes a drive, goes up, comes down, lands wrong, grabs the side or her back, limping, hurting, leaves the game. The entire arena went quiet. On a 10-player roster with bodies already stretched thin, that moment felt bigger than a single possession. But thankfully, and this is where the story matters, Agot did not miss any games going afterwards. She returned to availability, continued practicing, and remained part of the rotation. The scare was real, but the outcome was relief. And Dawn Staley has always said afterwards, she's not crying, so that's a good thing. Meaning it wasn't catastrophic. It wasn't long-term. It wasn't a season derailment. It was a moment, a scare, a reminder of how thin the margin is with this roster, but not a disappearance from the lineup. And in that moment, everything about her impact got reframed. Not by her skill, not by her performance, not by her upside, but by one simple question: is she available? Now, let's turn the camera to the other freshman, Ayla McDowell, the rise of predictability. The one who wasn't supposed to take over games, wasn't supposed to be a headline, wasn't supposed to carry load in November. But basketball don't care about what you were supposed to do. Let's look at Anderson. That was our first impression. Ayla steps into the floor in that first exhibition and immediately shows why coaches fall in love with her type. Not because she erupts, not because she breaks the stat sheet, but because she understands. High IQ. That was Don's word for her. Not scorer, not slasher, not shooter, not rebounder. High IQ. She plays the right angles, makes the right reads, takes the right shots, defends the right spaces. And it doesn't show up flashy, but coaches see it. And let's talk about UNC. The absence that spoke. Ayla didn't play due to illness, so he didn't get a chance to see her brilliance in that game. But let's look at Grand Canyon, the emergence. I'm going to call it the emergence. That's where the real season began. Ayla gives us 9 points, 3 for 5 shooting, 3 for 4 from free throw, still no drama, no chaos, no freshman jitters, just clean basketball. Points aren't loud. They're timely. Her movement isn't explosive. It's correct. Her presence isn't overwhelming. It's centering. This is the kind of freshman Dawn Staley dreams of because predictability is a coach's love language. Now let's look at Bowling Green. The trust is born right there. That's the game that defines Ayla's early legacy. Maddie McDaniel unavailable. Agot Makeer injured mid-game. The roster's shrinking at emergency levels, okay? And Ayla stepped into the void like she'd been waiting on a moment. 11 points, 3 for 5 shooting. Fourth quarter where she scored 7 and looked like she belonged on the floor with the veterans. Then the biggest moment of all. Ayla's predictable, Dawn says. And then she plays pitch perfect. Pitch perfect. When Dawn Staley calls a freshman predictable, that's not shade. That's praise at the highest possible volume. Predictable means you don't make mistakes, you know your job, you make the game easier, you stabilize chaos, and chaos was the enemy of this roster. Ayla became the antidote. Now that we walk through the story, let's sit down and talk like we would on Gamecockin for a second, fam. You know what I'm talking about? This is where we get honest. Agot Makeer, whole problem. No question. Her flashes are nuclear. Her upside is pro level. Her defensive instincts rare. Her scoring potential explosive. She's already shown she can change a game in one burst. 5 steals in her debut, 2 blocks in the opener, 12 points in 16 minutes against Bowling Green. An injury scare in that game, that was exactly that, a scare. She came back. She was available. She kept contributing. She stayed in the rotation. Nothing derailed, nothing paused. The kid kept hooping. That matters because it means Agot is still a live weapon on a roster that needs every matchup advantage we can get. Now let's talk Ayla. Ayla, she's the definition of reliability, efficient, smart, steady, trusted, predictable, pitch perfect. She stacked 2 regular season games with 20 points on just 10 shots. She's played within the system like she's been in Columbia for 3 years, not 3 games. And here's the real truth. This isn't about choosing between Goon and Goblin. This isn't one freshman matters more. This is a team that needs both freshmen simultaneously. Agot raises the ceiling, Ayla raises the floor. And when you're playing with a 10-player roster, you need both of those things. Ayla gives Dawn her predictability. Agot gives her versatility and disruption. Together, they're covering the gaps left by 2 injured veterans and giving the Gamecocks lineup flexibility we would not have otherwise had. Now, this story isn't finished. This is only the first chapter in a long season. South Carolina didn't just survive those first 4 games. We learned something. We learned that our freshmen aren't developmental pieces, aren't wait until January players, and aren't optional rotation bodies. They are critical components of who this team is and who this team is about to become. If Agot continues to stay healthy, and so far she absolutely has, her ceiling is going to keep rising week by week. Her defensive instinct special. Her ability to guard up a position needed. Her shot making and athletic burst game changers. And Ayla, she's the connective tissue. The player who keeps possessions clean. The player who fills whatever role Dawn needs at that moment. The player whose minutes feel like stabilizers on a ship navigating a rough sea. These two are not just freshmen, they are structural. They're both contributing, they're both factors, they're both part of the solution, and they're both shaping how far this team can go. As the season builds, the goal isn't to choose between them. The goal is to unleash them together. Because when you combine Agot's length, disruption, and potential with Ayla's IQ, efficiency, and trustworthiness, you get a freshman duo that doesn't just fill gaps, they elevate everything around them. And if that continues, if both keep contributing and growing and staying consistent, this team isn't just fine, this team is dangerous. All right, fam, make sure you drop a comment with your thoughts on the freshman class. Who surprised you? Who impressed you? And what you think these first 4 games tell us about the rest of the season? Don't forget to hit that subscribe button, ring the notification bell, and share this video with someone who loves the game. Catch y'all next time on Cess Talk Sports, where we always bring you the latest on the rising stars and legends in the making. Keep hooping. Stay tuned. Talk soon, y'all. I'm out.